After the accidental kiss at the end of episode 6, Perfect Crown does not simply move into a phase of pure romantic sweetness as many viewers might expect. Instead, episodes 7 to 8 signal a sophisticated narrative pivot, from romance to conflict, from personal emotion to a high-stakes power struggle, where love is no longer private, but inherently political. When a sweet kiss becomes the beginning of a crisis. What stands out is how the writers deliberately avoid an immediate emotional payoff. Instead, both characters are pushed into an emotional misalignment. Hui Ju, portrayed by IU, has yet to fully recognize that her feelings have changed. Her restless night is not just about embarrassment, it reflects an internal transformation from obligation to personal choice. Meanwhile, Lee Ahn, played by Byun Woo-suk, moves ahead emotionally. He neither avoids nor denies the moment, instead, he quietly cherishes it. This emotional asymmetry introduces a deeper layer of tension. Love here is not instant harmony, but a staggered realization, one that always carries the risk of collapse. Hanbok, the Palace, and the Trap of Ritual. Episode 7 marks a turning point as Hui Ju appears in Hanbok for the first time and enters the royal palace. This is more than a visual transformation, it signals a shift in status, from commoner to a participant within a rigid power structure. The looming engagement and royal wedding may seem like an early happy ending, but in reality, they function as a carefully constructed trap. Once love is placed within ceremonial frameworks, it ceases to be free emotion and becomes part of a broader strategy. Even the seemingly light-hearted moment where Secretary Du suspects the two are genuinely in love reflects a deeper truth. In a world of power, every emotional display is observed, interpreted, and potentially weaponized. Marriage is a disguised act of rebellion. Lee Ahn's decision to marry Hui Ju, a commoner and an illegitimate child, is not merely romantic. It is fundamentally subversive. In a system where the monarchy represents only soft power, breaking royal marriage conventions becomes a way for Lee Ahn to redefine his identity. He refuses to remain a controlled symbol and instead asserts his agency. Yet, the moment he begins to embrace emotional freedom, the world around him starts losing control. Min Jeong Woo, the most dangerous player, is not the villain. If Irang is the manipulator, Min Jeong Woo is the true variable. Portrayed by No Sang-hyun, he is not written as a conventional antagonist. He is powerful, rational, politically dominant, and emotionally compromised. His unrequited love for Hui Ju is his greatest vulnerability. And Irang, played by Gong Sung-yeon, recognizes it instantly. Her strategy is not coercion, but activation. She does not need to recruit him, only to destabilize him. Once emotion overtakes reason, even the most calculated politician can become the most unpredictable piece on the board. The confrontation, an explosion or a collapse? The teased scene of Min Jeong Woo shouting at Lee Ahn is likely to be a major turning point. But its significance lies beyond the act itself. It represents the breakdown of multiple layers: friendship, trust, and political alliance. The central question emerges: is Jeong Woo trying to protect Hui Ju, or claim her? Love in Perfect Crown, no longer a story of two people. What makes Perfect Crown stand out is its redefinition of love. Here, love is not a private bond but a variable within a power equation. Hui Ju must choose between emotion and system. Lee Ahn must sacrifice stability to preserve love. Jeong Woo must decide between reason and desire. None of them are allowed to love purely. When sweetness is only a facade. The anticipated romantic scenes in episode May 8 ultimately function as a facade, masking a much larger storm. The closer the story moves toward marriage, the tighter the grip of power, politics, and ambition becomes. At that point, the narrative shifts from who loves whom to deeper, more unsettling questions. Who is willing to sacrifice what? Who will betray first? And who truly controls the game? Perfect Crown is no longer just a romantic melodrama, it is evolving into a modern political tragedy, where a kiss is not the conclusion, but the beginning of unraveling.